Hello and welcome to another Everflow webinar. I'm your host, Isaac Mayer, and today we're going to be talking about smart links. Now, you may be curious why we just watched that little news segment on HDTV. All will become much more high definition, more clear in just a moment. And today we're going to be talking about smart links, the key to optimizing your traffic and building a higher return on investment. As always, we're going to do an introduction to myself. We're going to talk about an introduction to smart links. We're going to talk about how to build them and some of the special features that you'll find in your smart links. We're going to talk about Everflow Pay, a new feature we released last year that our clients have had a ton of success with. We're going to talk about some upcoming Everflow events, and we're going to talk about questions and answers, which you can find at the end of the presentation. You can ask any questions you'd like on the right side of your screen, and I'll be more than glad to answer them at the end. So without further ado, hello, my name is Isaac Mayer, and as always, I'd love to do a brief introduction before we really get into the meat and potatoes of things. I am coming at you from San Francisco, California, and I have been in affiliate marketing for 6 years now. I'm a customer success manager with Everflow. So a couple fun facts. Today is my birthday, so wonderful to be here with you all. Fun fact number 2. HD television was released in 1998. YouTube did not get its HD setting until 2008. So it's an entire 10 years that YouTube didn't have HD when HD television was already released. Pretty interesting. We'll talk a little bit more about why I'm discussing HD in just a bit. But in the meantime, let's get back to the presentation. So next level linking with smart links. Why have I been talking about HD this whole time? So let's look back at 1997. People are watching TV in standard definition. No one really has a problem with that. You can still watch your basketball game. You can still watch your new movie. No problem. However, HD is released in 1998, and it's a huge deal. People are talking about how they can, it's essentially like looking through a window. Now, when we look back at 2024, HD television, especially the 720p that was released in 1998, is pretty standard. Everyone's watching HD TVs. It's even interesting that we call it high definition at this point. It seems like it's essentially the new standard. I believe the standard for links is also due for an update. If you look at current links that are essentially available everywhere across the internet, it's simple. You just click it, it takes you to a destination. If we're thinking about that next level upgrade, that high definition level, when we're looking at the essentially like describing the behavior for a link in high definition, we come to smart links. This is where you can describe the exact behavior of your link depending on who's clicking it to find significant success. So let's talk about how to do that. So an introduction to smart links. So kind of like I said, smart links are dynamic links that are able to send your traffic to the right offer based off of a few different factors that we'll get into later. Essentially, this is like one link to rule them all rather than having to post a bunch of different offers in a bunch of different areas, or, it'd be terrible to have just a huge list of links to have people click based on maybe like certain languages. We have one link that takes people to the right destination. Essentially, this is like your global traffic is being treated like a local. It's like going to the airport and finding your local pub. If someone, for instance, speaks Spanish and has an iPhone, we can make sure that when they click on the link, they're being taken to a page specifically for iOS, and that's in Spanish. So they are more likely to make a purchase. So you can see here my expert equation that I've devised here. We have a genius, someone who's super smart, plus a link equals money. Fantastic. So let's get into actually building smart links and some of the special features today. We're going to talk about priority, weight, KPI, how you can set up your smart links. So I'll stop sharing now. And let's check out some links. Okay, now we are looking at Everflow. We're looking at a smart link. And let's just see how we can create one. I'm going to go through this one that I already have built, just because I've set it up already. So you can see we have the name of our link. We can choose if it is active, if we're just ready to go, paused if we want a little more time to set it up, or we can delete it if we like. We also have labels, so we can make sure to label our smart links if we want to group them in certain ways, or if we want to make sure that they're known for a certain purpose. We can set a tracking domain for our smart link just to make sure We're using the right domain, potentially the right branding. We can force SSL, and we can designate if the smart link is shown to partners. Now, let's talk about some of the settings. So, redirect mechanisms. This is in my opinion, where the real genius comes into play, although there's a lot of smartness in the targeting rules as well. This is really the meat and potatoes of smart links, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So we have three different options here. We have priority. This is essentially like a waterfall. So priority will be given to whichever is first. So for instance, let's get rid of some of these targeting rules. Let's say we want to see if someone is in a certain country. How about Algeria? Anyone in Algeria, we want to send to this option. And we'll talk about day parting in a sec. Anyone who is in these other countries, we want to make sure go to this option. But essentially, Algeria, we want to make sure always lands on this setting, even if they're meeting potentially some of these other targeting rules that we could set up, let's say like device or something. If we're looking at weight, we can set the percentage of the time that someone will land on each of these options. In this case, let's do 3 and 7, so it adds up to a nice 100%. 30% of the time, someone will go to this option. We can just kind of ignore these targeting rules. 70%, someone will go to this option. This allows us to essentially A/B test and make sure that we're setting the offers up so that we're sending the right percentage of traffic to them for that A/B test, however we want to run it. Finally, KPI, which is my favorite. This allows you to designate where someone is directed based on some automation here, which I love. So we have our two different options. Let's say you can put as many as you like. Now we have our KPI-based smart link configuration. So the first thing we'll do is we'll set a data collection period threshold. Let's do like, how about 500 clicks? This is the amount of data that is required before the KPI-based smart link will start determining rankings for what's best. We can also change the run frequency. So this is how often your offers will be ranked, and one will be given priority over the other. We can set a metric on essentially what we're looking at to decide what's doing better. We have all these different options you can see here. And we can set a look back window. So this is the period that it will look back at to see which link performed better. You can also set up a specific goal. This will essentially optimize towards the offer that is closest to your specific goal. So this goal will be tied to this metric. Okay, let's check out targeting rules. So targeting rules, another part of what makes these links super smart. You can set up targeting rules to have someone from an offer or have someone directed to an offer based on their platform, device type, much more. We have both device characteristics, geolocation. You can also enter custom zip codes or postal codes if you want to get really granular with it. Additionally, you can use IP ranges. You can even set if someone is taken to a certain offer based on if they're using Wi-Fi or mobile. We also have our proxy setting, so we can designate if customers are how they're directed based on if you're using a proxy. And then we have additional features such as day parting, where we can set up if someone is taken to an offer based on what time of day they're actually clicking a link. There's a couple options here, the user time zone or selected time zone for what time zone we're looking at. So let's talk a little bit about reporting. So we have these awesome smart links set up. Now let's go into our smart link report where you can see the actual performance. So let's get away from just my birthday and run report. Now we can go here. We see the smart link. If we press the arrow down, we can see all of the different offers that are available in the smart link, and we can see how they're performing against each other. This makes it super easy to see which is doing better. We can use this as we go forward to just continue optimizing and optimizing. So that's how you see the data. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about Everflow Pay. Everflow Pay is something that we came out with last year, and our clients have been having a ton of success with it. So I wanted to take a brief opportunity just to tell you about it and what it does. So Everflow Pay is a method to automate generating invoices and payments to your partners. It is the only payment method that is automated at partner signup, making things super smooth. It is also the only payment method that shows a warning bar on your partner's dashboard with a link to directly input their billing information if they're not currently payable. And that's just on their dashboard, like I said. This ultimately will save you time in setting up the partner billing method, and you won't have to chase down partners to input their information. Ultimately, this is a seamless partner payments onboarding experience. A ton of our clients have been having a lot of success with Everflow Pay. If you are interested in learning more or would like to set up Everflow Pay for yourself, you can contact support at pay.help@everflow.io, or you can reach out to your customer success team in the chat. We'll be more than glad to help you out with this. So what's next in the world of Everflow? Where can you find an Everflowian to talk to, talk about your business? Let's meet up at LeadsCon Las Vegas. That's April 8th through 10th. We'll also be at PI Live in Miami. That's April 16th through 18th. We'll be at Affiliate Huddle in Brighton in the UK at April 23rd. So thank you very much for joining me today. I've had a bunch of fun. I hope you have too. If you do have any questions, now is the time that I'll be more than glad to answer them. And we'll see you in the next webinar. Goodbye.